Hey everyone, it's Keela here for Soy and Shea. Thank you so much for joining me for today's video. I'm in a slightly different location to my usual sort of filming spots. Today I'm in my dining room. A little bit of a story as to why I'm in my dining room. If you have missed the last two videos and you haven't seen it on social media, I have now opened up a shop. So my shed is in a complete utter state, so I've not gone in there to do the intro recording. I did have to go into my shop today. Today is Tuesday, so 2 days since I did my grand opening. I did have to go in there today for an hour and a half just to go meet the maintenance man because he was fixing up the floors for me. And I did take the camera in to go and do the first video intro from out of the shop, and I forgot to take the memory card from out of the computer and put it into the video camera, so that is why we're coming from the dining room today. Now, if you did catch that last video, which was my shop tour, I showed a little goodie bag in it that I was giving out to all the customers that came to meet me on the day or came into the shop on the day. And one of the items in that goodie bag was a little thank you soap. And I said that I would show a video on how I made that thank you soap. And I'm also going to tell you a little bit why I chose the color scheme, the fragrance, and the type of pour that I was doing as well. But before we do jump into watching how I made my little thank you soap, so many of you asked on that last video if I could tell you how the grand opening day went, and I had an absolute blast on that day. It was so much fun. It was really nice to be able to walk into the shop, unlock the door, turn the light on and be open without having to set up the gazebos and the stall and everything else. And it was really good just to lock that door at the end of the day as well. But it was one of the best things for me that day was I got to not only see so many of my regular customers, I got to meet lots of new customers as well. And so many of you who either follow me on YouTube, Instagram, or my patrons came down to see me on the day, and that just meant the absolute world to me that I could meet so many of you face to face. So thank you to those of you that were able to come out. I really do appreciate that, and I hope you enjoyed seeing the shop with your own eyes as well. The grand opening day was so much fun. I was really nervous, and I don't know why, because it was just like doing a market, and I have been well and truly welcomed into the sort of complex by all of the neighbouring shops as well, and I had a really good day. I have had the last 2 days to kind of rest and relax because we haven't done much of that for the last 2 to 3 weeks, and I am going back into the shop as of this Wednesday to do my sort of permanent 5 days trading each week. And I'm really looking forward to that because so many people who came in asked if they were going to be able to watch me make things, which I said they would be able to. So there may be times when I actually schedule to make a particular product. So something like my lavender soap, which is always the same and is very quick and easy, I may be scheduling time so if people do want to come in and see me make the soap in person, they can do that. So the sky is the limit for what I can do in that little space now. So I'm really pleased. I want to say a huge thank you to all of you that sent me congratulations and well wishes and everything else too. So thank you so much for all of your support, and I do look forward to bringing you so much more content, and I promise we'll get back onto regular scheduling of videos again now that all that is all in place. But for now, let's go and see how I make the thank you soap that went out in all of my goodie bags. Let's go. Alright, so today we're going to be making a slab of soap because I need quite a few bars of this one. So I've got all of my oils and my lye water. I've got them down to a temperature of about 20-21 degrees. So as always, I'm going to pour in my lye water into my oils. We'll mix them up, and then I'm going to separate them up for the colours. And we're going to be doing a really simple soap today. Colours today, I've mixed together 2 oranges. We've got a little bit of, I think it was called orange squash, and some orange pop, mainly because I wanted to use up that orange squash and there wasn't quite enough in there. So I'm going to pour off about that much for my orange. In this one I have some Tuscan Sun, I believe, or did I pick up Wellington? No, we picked up Wellington. It's beautiful yellow, this one. Pull that one off. And then into my little small jug here I have some pearl black mica, because I want a really dark colour but I don't quite want black. So I tend to find that the black micas are really good for making a nice dark grey colour. Into my main pot here, I am going to put in a little bit more of this orange pop, but not too much, about that much. And I'm also going to add in some titanium dioxide. So I'm going to give all this a bit of a mix, and then I'm going to get our fragrance oil in. So the fragrance oil I have got today, I'm using a little bit of cranberry fig. It is a nice bright fruity fragrance, but also has a little bit of tartness to it and that really earthy feel from off of the fig. It is such a nice fragrance and I really, really like this one. So let's give these a bit of a mix in. Alright, so we've got all of our colours mixed in there. We have got our big slab mould, and what I'm going to start by doing is pouring in a fair amount of this lighter orange. That's some funky chunky stuff in there. What was that? Ooh. Oh, it's a piece of paper. And now all I'm going to do is drop swirl these colours in here. I'll save a little bit back to go on the top. Get our yellow. Now I'm going to grab the rest of this one. I'm going to pour it in quite quickly, and that is what really helps to make the swirls in these soaps. So now that I have got that all completely scraped out, I'm going to finish off by pouring what is left over in these jugs across the top, and then we'll make a pretty swirly top to go on here as well. Well, that's the plan. Okay, so there it is, very simple swirly top. For those of you who were disappointed that I covered up all of that swirly top on the Tiare and Sea Spray soap, for you I am leaving this one as is. So I'm going to leave this one set up overnight, and we'll be back very shortly and we will cut it up. Okay, so let's get these little logs cut into bars. Look at the curly whirlies. I am so pleased I managed to get curly whirlies in here. This soap is going to be really special for me in that it is a thank you soap to customers who are going to be coming to support me on my grand opening day, and any sort of leftover bars, they will go out in custom orders or customer orders as well. So it's absolutely perfect to get those curly whirlies, seeing as that is something that I'm getting known for. Let's just budge that down a little bit. I'm cutting 2 at a time because that is actually the full width of one of my soaps. I've basically cut these to be half a bar, and then we'll wrap them up with a nice little thank you. I'll be giving them away to customers that come in on the grand opening day in a little bag of goodies with a few other bits and pieces as well. So just making sure I'm not damaging that soap. So I do have some end little pieces that I'll be putting up as samples to give out in orders as well. And here is the finished little bars. They are perfect. Love the colours. So I went with this sort of colour tone because the orange and the yellow are the colours which are in my logo, and they might seem like some odd colours to choose to go in a logo. To be honest, I didn't actually choose them, but when I got my logo done up professionally, the colours that came in were, or is the logo that I'm using, that was the one that stood out to me the most. And I did a little bit of research into the colours which had been used, and orange and yellow can actually have 2 very different meanings, both of which really suited what I was trying to achieve with my products. And that is that orange and yellow is both an energetic and a warming, comforting sort of colour scheme. So orange can bring energy and life and really pick someone's spirits up, as can yellow. But because it is such a warm colour, you can also feel that sort of comforting feel. So if you are, you know, snuggled under a blanket with an orange coloured candle burning or something like that. So that's why I kept with those. And then the black, or the really dark grey that was actually in my logo. Black's a bit of an odd colour to go into a logo because it's often seen as a bad thing. But black can actually look for mystery and luxury and everything else. So the black kind of really suited. And when I do all my mystery packs, I wrap them up in black because of the mystery behind black. So that was the reason behind my colour choice. The fragrance, I just love the fragrance that has gone into this one. Look at the curly whirly on that one. Really love how these have turned out. So there it is. There are my little thank you bars that will be going out to people. Oh, look at that one that comes into my shop. I hope you have enjoyed watching how I made this one and learning a little bit more about my actual logo. Wow, look at that! Oh, easily sidetracked shinies. But I hope you have enjoyed watching how this has all come together for me. If you did, why not leave me a thumbs up and any comments down below. And until the next video comes out, I hope you have a good one, and I will see you then. Bye.